Welcome to the Don't Get Fooled Show with Big Red Ace. College football week 12. Let's go, Ace.
Bam. All right, boys and girls, college football week 12. A lot of good news on the docket today. Before I get into anything, do not fast forward the BS talk, boys and girls. We got an epic story from Friday night. Epic. Really good stuff. You want to hear it, do not fast forward. So just letting you guys know the BS talk is going to be great today. Let's get into our recap, Big Ree, of some of the big games last week. Georgia beating up on Mississippi State, as expected.
Expected
number one team. Then we got Ohio State, looked good against Indiana. They won by about 42, I think. It was 56-14.
Facts.
Michigan, they beat up on Nebraska 34-3, got a good win. 10-0, first time since 2006.
Facts.
So that's a good win for Michigan. The TCU game in Texas is -7, and
I don't know what happened.
I don't know. That's very interesting for that game to go down like that. I have no idea. One of the most weird spreads I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
In a long time, but Vegas, it wasn't a Vegas special.
I guess not.
And
I did take that. I was wrong.
That was an interesting one. Tennessee got some revenge, came back big against Missouri.
Facts.
But that was a great game, the Washington-Oregon game.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Washington upset Oregon.
Yeah.
And that was a great game for anybody that watched it. Great game. Kind of messed up the Pac-12 because, Oregon was doing really good and could have got a potential showdown with USC or UCLA, but now they lost. They got 2 losses, so that was a doozy. Alabama, Ole Miss, that was a good game.
Yeah, for sure.
That was one of my picks. I had Alabama, and they didn't cover. Yeah. They won by 6. They didn't cover. They just couldn't punch it in at the end, but great game. Ole Miss, had the game. They were leading, and then, Alabama had a strong second half, but they couldn't punch it in.
Yeah, they
just
couldn't.
3 field goals, and, that was the difference right there. You can't have 3 field goals in the second half. You gotta punch those in. That's gonna, messed up the cover there. Clemson won big against Louisville. That was another one of my games. I had Louisville +7. Malik Cunningham got injured, didn't play the second half, and but regardless, got to give Clemson credit.
Yeah.
They came to play and they got the W. So no excuses there. This is what the big disappointing game. Arizona. They beat UCLA, bro. And
how do you feel about this?
I was looking forward to the UCLA-USC game. Both of them, with one loss here in Los Angeles, that was going to be a huge game. It's still a big game, but it would have been great for them to both have one loss.
Yeah, facts.
But the Bruins, for some reason, couldn't hold their part of it and lost to lousy Arizona. They had the chance at the end. They just couldn't do it. Lost 34-28. They had their opportunity. Utah beat up on Stanford. Penn State won big. North Carolina still one loss. They got a nice win against Wake Forest.
Yeah.
Anything else interesting? UCF squeaked out a win versus Tulane. Tulane's looking good this year. Notre Dame, they got a win against Navy. I'll tell you that, win big on Navy last week.
Yeah.
Huge on Navy. I knew Notre Dame was not going to cover, and so that was a nice one. Florida State beat up on Syracuse, big lead, 38-3. That was impressive win there, and then Vanderbilt upset Kentucky.
Yeah.
All the hype around Kentucky quarterback Will Levis down the drain. Guy looks like complete crap.
Yeah.
Looks like complete crap. Be lucky if he gets drafted in the 3rd or 4th round.
Yeah.
We'll be lucky. They're all saying this guy's a guaranteed first-round pick. Stop it. Get out of here. The guy playing horrible this year. Anything else you want to throw in from last week, Big Ree?
Nope, that's pretty much it.
All right, let's get into the BS talk segment of the show, Big Ree. What an epic Friday night. Let's start off. So Friday night, we're going out for Javi's birthday, okay? Our cameraman Javi, loyal as can be here. Been with the team for a long time. Good buddy, good friend, cameraman. So going out, and I don't know how everybody else does it, like when there's somebody in their circle's birthday, whether it's a friend, but how we do it is basically whoever's birthday it is in the group, they pick where they want to go, what kind of food, or even though they pick the place they want to go, we go out, and they don't pay. You know, if it's your birthday or we're celebrating your birthday, then the following week or the following day, you're not paying. That's how we operate. So we send out we have a group chat, and the birthday person picks the place, whether it's Friday, Saturday night, and whoever can make it, and birthday boy doesn't pay, everybody else splits the bill. So Javi wanted sushi. So we find this bomb, all-you-can-eat, great rating sushi spot here in Los Angeles. I think it was, like 38 ahead, Big Reed?
Yeah,
37,
38 plus
ahead.
tip.
Yeah, plus tip, automatic gratuity
15.
included, 15%, which that's fine. I'm okay with that. You want to put the automatic gratuity, group them, I think they were it didn't matter the group size. They were going to tax you, but normally it's group of 6 or more. That's good. But, for me, I'll be honest, if I go to a spot and the service is good, I give a minimum 20. And if you're I usually just give 20. That's standard for me. Yeah. If you go big, then if you're real good, I'll just depending on the service, I'll go big on the tip.
Right.
Because I know, the workers are working off the tips. That's how they get their big change. That can change their night. So anyhow, Javi picks all-you-can-eat sushi. We go to this all-you-can-eat sushi spot. We probably waited about 25 minutes to get in. They didn't take reservations. Yeah. Packed. This place is packed as can be. Probably, maybe 70, 80 people easy in there. Maybe close to 100 people in that joint. Okay, so the food is, so let's start off. How it works is, they give you the menu and then they give you this list. And it's like 3, even though it's all you can eat, they break it down to 3 rounds, right? So Javi and someone else in our group is manning this sheet where you mark if you want 1 order, 2 orders of whatever, whichever roll you want, or the sashimi, or the appetizers. And we have a group of 8. So I want to make that clear. We had 8 of us come out. Me, Big Ree, Javi, Harry B joined us. That was nice.
That was rare.
It was rare. Harry B. Harry B came out. Some more to say about Harry B later on in the story. But so Harry B comes out. We had a good group. So anyhow, so then the first order comes around, and I'm like, hey, you guys, I like this roll. Looks pretty good. Makes the order. So Javi and the other guy marking the spot. They put the first order in. The guy takes the order. They come back. And the table is probably a little bit bigger than this size, right? We got 8 people sitting, 4 on each side. They start bringing the dishes, and first they're bringing the appetizers. I kind of went light on the appetizers. Did you go? You on the other side of the table, or did you go big on appetizers, Big Ree? Really big, went light as well. So we're eating the appetizers, then they start bringing the rolls, the sashimi, and next thing you know, the entire table is full of sushi. Like, no joke. That's it. There's no room. Like, they're putting sushi on top of sushi. And I mean, it was like, first I was like, dude, did you guys order enough for the first round? But there was so much sushi. Like, it was crazy. Anyhow, we're grubbing. The food was good. What was your thought?
Yeah, I'd give quality? It like an 8.5 out of 10.
I agree. I give it about 8.5. For all you can eat sushi, that's pretty good. So went to town, ate a grip. But I said I was probably about 50, 60% done. Like, that was for sure not I was not done.
I said I was 80% done.
I remember you said 80%. That's 80% right.
80% done. Like, I can eat like maybe one more roll.
A little bit more. But I was like, hey, I can still eat. But at least half the table was like, they're done.
Yeah.
Like, they said they're done. They ate too much between appetizers, all the sushis. So then we're like, okay, let's put in our second round. We're here for all you can eat. We paid for all you can eat. So then we get the second round in there. Everyone's like, I'm barely gonna eat maybe 1 or 2 pieces at most. I'm like, I can still eat. So we put some rolls in, and then we put some sashimi. Just a decent order. Maybe a third of what we ordered on the first round.
Yeah. And
we figured, okay, that should be enough. After that, we'll be done. There probably won't be a need for a third round, but this should be good. At least we'll get filled up. So we put the order in. We're waiting for the food to come. Next thing you know, okay, these guys come. The waiters come, and it's like a group of like 3 waiters. They come and they start putting the sashimis on the table, which for any of you guys that don't know what sashimi is just the raw fish, whether it's albacore, tuna, salmon, halibut, and it's like a tray about this size. This is a piece of paper. It's bigger than the paper, and there's about 8 pieces of thick sashimi. These are not tiny pieces. These are good-sized pieces. The tray's like this wide. So they put 1 tray down, put 2 trays down. Okay, 3. Once they put 4, I was like, dude, I didn't know we ordered that much sashimi. We ordered a good amount of rolls also. Like, why'd you guys order so much sashimi? People are going to barely eat 1 piece. Okay, they put down 5. Then the 6. We're like, what the hell is going on? Then there's 8. Okay, there's 8 plates of sashimi on the table, boys and girls. 8, which is 8 pieces in each tray. That's 64 pieces of sashimi. Then there's 2 waiters that have each like 4 trays on them own, and they're just putting it on. So next thing you know, there's about 14 plates of sashimi on the table. Look, and when there's already 8, we're telling them, hey, dude, there's a mistake. Take these back. We're not going to eat it. There's no way. You remember that? We're just like, dude, what are you guys doing? And then they're like, oh, one guy leaves. He comes back, says the manager says we have to put it on there. Because they have this rule over there. You can order all you can eat. That's fine. But for every piece you don't eat, they're charging you. They're going to tax that ass about $2 a piece. So they're like, no, if you don't eat, we're going to charge you guys an extra $200. And remember, we have all this other hand rolls coming, all the actual sushi rolls coming, a lot of them. So this is just out of control. We barely have enough to eat. We're barely like hungry. We're just trying to, we want a second round. So they start putting all this. I mean, the table was completely full. Everybody was like in shock what was going on. Then we're talking to one of the waitresses. They did make some error, but we made an error on when we put we thought it was per piece, so we put 8 pieces of sashimi. It's considered 8 orders of sashimi. And they said there's nothing they can do. So they ended up leaving 8 trays of sashimi on the table and literally a bunch of sushi rolls that we got. Even if we didn't eat anything and we walked in there, it would have been tough for us to finish that. What do you think, Big Ree?
For sure, yeah.
But they left it on there, and so everybody's in shock, pissed. Like, dude, there's no way we're gonna finish this. It's like out of a movie. Like, these guys can't even be real to think they can bring that much sushi and we're gonna eat it. Like, what do you think happened there, Big Ree? Yeah. Were they just trying to stick it to us, or did they legitimately think we were gonna eat it, or what?
I guess it was a mistake on our part too. For whoever wrote it,
it was a mistake for sure. Like, we read it wrong, but. At the end of the day, like, how much do they really think we were gonna eat? Like,
and they're probably happy that we made a mistake, so
they can charge us. Yeah, they can charge us per piece and get like extra $200 on our table.
Yeah. So
we literally had maybe like 110 pieces of sashimi on the table, something like that. Yeah, and they took away like 30.
Yeah.
Then we had all the hand rolls. So next thing you know, I'm sitting right here. Big Ree is like on the other corner. I see Big Ree start just. He's not talking. Everybody else is trying to. Big Ree just starts going to town on the sashimi, the salmon sashimi. And you just start eating. What was your thoughts? So you just started eating the sashimi.
Just eat. Let's stop talking. Let's eat. Let's get to work.
Let's get to work. So Big Ree, I kid you not, boys and girls, Big Ree literally eats 2 of those trays of sashimi out of the 9 or 10 trays. The guy eats 2 full trays within 3 or 4 minutes, Big Ree.
I'd say 5 minutes.
At most 5 minutes, max. Next, like, literally kills 2 trays. So once Big Ree starts eating, everybody's like, all right, these guys are trying to stick it to us. Like, that's fine. Like, we're going to go to, and I said I was 50% in, so I still had a lot to eat. And so we just start going to town. It's a complete team effort here.
Yeah,
all 8 of us are eating. Everybody's eating. And a complete team effort for us to actually get through it. So we're probably about 70% done. Yeah. 70% done. There's still a bunch of sushi, and we're all completely filled. We were worried that you're gonna throw up, Big Ree. You got up once or twice.
No, I just have to take a deuce. And at these all you can eats, at every single all you can eat, they only have 1 stall.
That's how it is. That's strategic. It's strategic. They don't want you coming in there, sitting there for 3 hours, using the bathroom every 30, 40 minutes, and just eating. But you walked out at least once or twice too. So we're like, dude, is Ree about to throw up because you ate so much?
I just wanted some air too,
Okay, fair enough. So anyhow, 70% done. Then we're like we're making the effort to just finish it up. Everyone's taking a piece. I ate a grip too, but everybody did.
Yeah, for sure.
Double A went to town.
Yeah, he's alright.
Double A.
He came through.
The big dog. This dude is like a linebacker or a full O-line, fullback. This guy's what, 6'2", maybe
6'2",
280?
I don't want to judge his weight. I
don't know. What is he? Just so the viewers.
Something like that.
Like
260 to 280.
260 to 280.
Between 250.
Just a big dude. Like, this is a dude you don't want to mess with. And not only this is a big dude, like, him getting in a fight is like giving him candy. Like there's a bowl of candy. Like he's so excited to like get in a fight. That's how this guy is. Like, just don't want to mess with this dude. So he was just going to town. Zeus was going to town.
Yeah, Bruce.
Harry B ate a pretty good amount.
For him, yeah. He's been laying low lately.
Yeah, but he ate well.
Yeah.
He ate really well. Everybody was eating good, you know.
Not Moon was
okay. So then we got a guy in the group, Moon. He was probably the bench warmer that didn't belong and just was eating. And then literally after this second round, we're like 90% through. I noticed this guy doesn't, his little tray where you put the soy sauce.
There's nothing in there.
There's nothing in there. He didn't even touch it. So he barely ate. And yeah, he was like trying to get tactical and be like, oh, well, we can put some like sushi rolls in the napkin and take them out or put them under the table or something. Even though like right above us, there was 2 cameras somehow that these guys are like scoping out in the back, watching anybody.
We did do that with the big rolls. I just like put it in my plate and opened it up.
That's fine. We said we don't like it. It is what it is. Because they tried to stick it to us, guys. They had no remorse. They said our owner or manager said we have to leave it on the table, even though we're told, okay, this is crazy. Anyhow, long story short, we finished the entire table. Everything that was on there, it was unbelievable, but we finished it. We went to town. We completely stuck it to them. And the waiters, like the 3 or 4 of them, kept walking back. Even the owner, they were keeping an eye on us. Like, how the hell are these guys going to finish? They for sure thought they were going to tax us an extra $100, $200. They were in shock. So check this out. It's Javi's birthday that we're celebrating. Javi is so pumped that we finished up. He was eating like crazy. Javi is like, we're going to stick it to these guys. Javi's like, give me the menu. I want to order more. We were like, what the hell are you talking about, Javi? Like, you must be out of your mind. There's no way anybody can even eat any more, let alone even keep what we have in here and we don't throw up, because we literally overate big time.
For sure.
Javi says, F that, give me the order list. Javi gets the order list and says, you know what, I'm just going to stick it to them and teach these guys a lesson and just, So Javi orders an extra order, just one order of shrimp tempura. Just to give it to the waiter and stick it to them like, hey, you guys thought we couldn't finish this? Hey, here you go. We have another order for you. And like, very like, with that big smile, called over the waiter and said, hey, we have another order. That guy looked at us, looked at the sheet, and was obviously knew we were sending him a signal because there's only one item on there of 3 pieces of shrimp tempura. And Javi just wanted to stick it to these guys. Javi got the shrimp tempura, ate it up, and just, oh man. I mean, I got to give Javier, our boy Javier, a.k.a. Javi, credit. That was a big time move, Biggery. What do you think?
For sure, yeah. I didn't know. I was in the bathroom.
Oh, you were in the bathroom at that time.
I came out right when they brought it out.
Oh, okay.
Simultaneously.
Bro, nobody thought he was serious, like he was going to eat it, but then we figured out he just wanted to stick it to them. We ate that last roll of shrimp tempura.
You ate a piece.
I ate 1 piece. Javi down 2 of it and cleaned up the table and got out of there. But what a epic, that's going to go down in the books.
Yeah.
That dinner is going to go down in the books. We're always going to remember that. They didn't charge us extra. We made sure to give them an extra thank when we left, and they'll remember us.
Yeah,
they're going to remember our group.
Now.
They're going to remember our group for sure. And so that was a good night. Then we got some boba afterwards. Boba smells pretty strong. You didn't get any boba?
Bro, I was done, bro.
You ate. Bro, I was legitimately concerned you were going to throw up. legitimately.
I just had to take a deuce.
Yeah, but we were all worried, like, dude, is this guy going to throw up? What's going on?
3 people messaged me when I was in the
Oh,
bathroom.
really? Yeah, because we were like, dude.
It was Bruce, Z-Ball.
Bro, you killed it, dude. You killed the sashimi, like, in 5 minutes, bro. We're like, damn. Because I know, like, Big Ree, one thing about Big Ree does not like to pay unless he has to. So if you're going to get extra dollar out of him, you better work for it. And so he wasn't going to let them get us. And Big Ree, you did your part big time.
Yeah,
you stepped up. So congratulations for doing that. But that was a great epic night.
Yeah. Epic
night. But, you know, I was going to say Harry B was out with us. Harry B kept trying to end the night early. What do you think about that?
That's some people just got
Harry B had to go.
Some people got things to do.
I mean, what time was it? About 12 o'clock maybe?
I think it was 12 and he said I had to go.
Harry B had to go, but he had to go quickly.
Yeah, and then we kept talking for like 20 minutes.
Were we? No, but Harry B had to go, so I'm very curious about what Harry B had to do at 12 p.m. He was
midnight.
He was ready to get out of there. Like literally, either his favorite show was on and he couldn't miss it.
You have DVR now,
or literally there was like somebody having a delivery at his house with like a bag of money, and he said at one point Harry B literally said, "I'm about to start walking, or I'm gonna take an Uber." Like that's how quickly Harry B had to get. So that's a mystery. I'm curious to know where Harry B had to go. Yeah, but like we said, we know Harry B is a very elusive, mysterious guy. A lot of people have been asking, is Harry B coming on with his picks? We mentioned that to Harry B, that viewers are asking about him. He was a regular once a week, his block of the week. But so if he comes back, we'll let you guys know. But I
haven't heard from Harry since.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm in touch with Harry pretty often.
Yeah.
You know, trust me, me and Harry got a lot of mutual respect. Anyhow, so sorry extending the BS talk. Let's get into the question of the day, which leads into our BS talk. Is, Ree, you can go with the question of the day.
Do you have all-you-can-eat sushi? I'm pretty sure you do. And
the big question, that's the side question,
is have they charged you extra when you left sushi on the table?
And that goes for sushi or any other all-you-can-eat. We want to know if legitimately anybody has been charged, or the company or the restaurant tried to charge you extra for not finishing everything on the table. Because all these restaurants claim they will. I've never been charged. But they've never charged me, and I've eaten all this stuff. But there's times when you just don't eat everything, and you leave it on the plate.
Right, facts.
Have you ever been charged? You haven't been charged, right?
I haven't been charged.
Okay, so viewers, please comment. I want to know if someone's actually been charged for an all-you-can-eat buffet and they've not finished it. All right, Big Ree, let's get to the shout-outs for this week.
All right, I'll start out. Edward Linzier, thanks for backing us up on the BS talk. I know you enjoy it, so you'll enjoy this week.
Thank you, Edward. Shout out to John Hassler. What up, John?
Shout out to Ty S.
All right, want to give a shout out to Shoddy NIC?
I guess so.
All right.
Shout out to Ronnie Wilmot.
And then let's give a shout out to Mark Howard from T-Town. What up, Mark? Anything else? Anybody else you want to give a shout out?
Let's just get into
I want to give a shout out to DK and the Kid Blue. All right.
Blue?
What's up, baby Blue? All right. Anything else before we get into the picks, Big Ree? That's it?
That's it.
All right. Here we go, boys and girls. Aquí vamos, chicos y chicas. Let's go. Game 1. We got Northwestern at Purdue. Purdue is a 20-point favorite, Big Ree. Northwestern 1-9, coming off a 31-3 loss to Minnesota. They are currently on a 9-game losing streak since winning in week 1 to Nebraska. But here's an interesting tidbit. Only 3 of their losses out of 11 have been by 20 or more points, okay? To Minnesota, to Iowa, and to Wisconsin. All of those are good teams with good defenses, those 3 teams. And Purdue, they're not a team that has a good defense, but I'll get into that. They have only given up more than 33 points once all season, okay? So only more than 33 points once all season. Running back Evan Hull. That guy's a solid running back for them. Like, he's going to get you somewhere between 70 to 110 yards per game consistently. You know, 1,000-yard season last year. So I like his game. Then we got Purdue, 6-4. They're coming off a 31-24 win versus Illinois last week. That was my pick. I had Illinois -6. They started off well, but they could not end up covering or win the game. And so that was a doozy of a pick. But Purdue, you know, their offense looked pretty good. I'll give them credit.
Yeah.
You know, Illinois looked all right, but Purdue's offense looked better. This snapped a 2-game losing streak for Purdue. Look, they're a solid team, but still, I'm not buying their defense or their quarterback, Aiden Connell. He had another interception, continuing that streak. Here's the interesting tidbit. They've given up at least 24 points in 8 of 9 games. Okay. Not counting the Indiana State game, they won 56-0. That game doesn't, you know, that team doesn't count. But 8 of their 9 games, they've given up at least 24 points.
Yeah.
Here's my tidbit. They're not going to score more than 31 points in this game.
Okay.
It's not happening, boys and girls. Maybe 32 or 33 at the most, but they're not scoring more than 31. And they're giving up at least 14 points to Northwestern. Even though they have a doozy offense, their defense is bad. Northwestern will get some points. You do the math there, 31-14. What is the math there? 31 minus 14, Big Ree.
17.
Good job. Big Ree, mathematics major. All right, so 17. The spread here is 20. I do not see Purdue covering 20 at all. I'm taking Northwestern plus 20. Game 2. We got UConn at Army. Army is a 10-point favorite. UConn 6-5, coming off a 36-33 win versus Liberty. They have won 5 of their past 6 games, but their record is misleading. They're playing some really bad teams and teams that have made too many mistakes against them. You know, UConn has always been a doozy of a team, Big Ree. Obviously now they're 6-5. Big story is 6-5 means they're bowl eligible. But here's the thing. They are missing stud running back Nathan Carter. He's out for the remainder of the season. That guy's pretty solid. But then we got Army. They are 3-6. They're coming off a 10-9 loss to Troy. They dominated the yards, but just fell apart in the second half. They are 3-6, Big Ree, but they've lost to some really good teams.
6-3, right?
No, they're 3-6. Army is 3-6, but they've lost to a 9-1 Coastal Carolina team. They've lost to 8-2 to. What'd you say?
Who the hell is Coastal Carolina?
Are you kidding me? Coastal Carolina?
Oh, those clowns.
Come on, Big Reed. These guys have been 1 loss or 0 losses every year for the last couple years.
Keep going.
Sorry. So they're 9-1 Coastal Carolina, 8-2 University of Texas San Antonio, 6-4 Wake Forest team.
Okay, Wake Forest is correct.
7-3 Air Force.
Okay, Air Force.
8-2 Troy. Okay. So they've lost to some good teams. I mean, Wake Forest is not crap.
Yeah, Wake Forest is good. I can agree on that one.
They have a good offense. It's got a doozy of a defense. So they've lost some good teams, and they beat up on bad teams. And I like Army to cover the 10 here. I'm not buying UConn, and I'm taking Army -10. Game 3. We got Boston College at Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a 21-point favorite. Boston College 3-7, coming off a 21-20 win versus NC State. Snapped a 4-game losing streak for Boston College. Not impressed, though. They played against a third-string quarterback for NC State. Freshman quarterback Emmett. This guy is looking pretty good. He has had back-to-back 300-yard games. He's a freshman quarterback out of Woodland, California. But now he's facing Notre Dame on the road. And as a freshman, that's going to be a tough place to play. Then we got Notre Dame 7-3. They're coming off a 35-32 win versus Navy. They were up 35-13 at half and just, stopped at halftime and ended up winning only 35-32, as I said earlier. Definitely cashed in big. I knew Notre Dame was not covering that. They're on a 4-game winning streak, and they're 7-1 since starting 0-2. Okay, so they're 7-1. You know what the big difference is since they 0-2?
What's up?
The quarterback change. Drew Pine, that guy is legit. 18 touchdowns on the season, only 5 interceptions. This guy is, steering the offense. That's the big difference here. And this is my first time ever, I think. Maybe no, actually I did. This might be one of the rare times that Notre Dame is my lock of the week.
Wow.
Very rare. Everybody knows that the media loves to hype up Notre Dame, and I don't buy it. But Boston College is a little bit overrated right now, and I'm not buying them. And so this is my lock of the week, boys and girls. I'm taking Notre Dame minus 21. I do have a bonus pick that I'll throw out after Big Ree gets his picks in. All right, Big Ree, let's go.
The first pick I got is Friday Night Lights. We got South Florida at Tulsa. South Florida 1-9 in 10 games, coming off a 41-23 loss to SMU. Tulsa 3-7, coming off a 26-10 loss to Memphis. Tulsa is averaging 28 points, giving up an average of 30 points. South Florida is averaging 25.5 points, giving up an average of 36 points. This looks like an easy over here at 59, but I'm going the other way. Ooh. And I really, really like the under. I'm taking the under 59. That's my lock of the week.
Damn.
The next game I got is Tennessee traveling to South Carolina. We got the Vols 9-1, coming off a 66-24 win. And they're averaging 47.5 points on the season, giving up an average of 21 points. South Carolina is averaging 29 points on the season, giving up an average of 27. Tennessee quarterback Hendon Hooker looks really good this season, along with wide receiver Jalen Hyatt. Vols are definitely dropping 50 here, just like USC did last week. And South Carolina will get on the board. I'm taking over 66. The last game I got is Ole Miss at Arkansas. Ole Miss 8-2, coming off a 30-24 loss versus Alabama, as we talked about earlier. Played really good. I think they should have won that. Arkansas coming off a 13-10 loss versus LSU. Arkansas should have won this too. Their defense played really good.
That was your pick. You had Arkansas though. They covered.
Yeah. And I really like Arkansas here again, and they're favored. This is the unranked team, again favored versus the ranked team. It's in Arkansas. Arkansas is a hard place to play, and I really like Arkansas minus 2.5.
That's it for you, Big Ree?
Yeah. Before you give your bonus pick, I just want to give a side note.
Okay.
The Iowa-Minnesota over/under is 32.5. I think it's the lowest since 1995.
Really? 32.5 Iowa and Iowa State?
Iowa and Minnesota.
Iowa and Minnesota. Interesting. 32.5.
Yeah.
Interesting. Any thoughts on that game?
I'm not touching it. So
I'll
let you go to your bonus pick.
Bonus pick, huge game as we talked earlier here in Los Angeles, California. We got the UCLA Bruins versus the USC Trojans. 1 loss USC, 2 loss UCLA, crosstown rivals. USC is a 1.5 point favorite. I really like USC here, Big Ree. And I'll make it, as a disclaimer, I'm a big Trojan fan, and so there is a bias there for sure.
Okay.
But UCLA, they had a weak schedule all season. They lost to Arizona. They do have a solid offense, and I think it should be an exciting game because USC's defense is a doozy. But at the end of the day, I don't see any way where USC loses this game.
The over/under is 75.5.
Yeah,
How do you feel about that?
I mean, they're expecting a high-scoring game. Both teams are high-powered. USC put up, 55 last week? And so, everybody's expecting a high-powered game. I really like USC. I would pound the hell out of USC here. Can't wait to watch this game. But that's my bonus pick I'm taking USC minus 1.5. All right, before we sign off and we get into something, a lot of people have been commenting and DMing us about the merch. We keep forgetting, link for the merch is in the description. Support the channel, get your fresh merch. Looking good. Anything else, Big Ree?
That's it. Just make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Peace out, guys.